Welcome to the video blog. I'm Doug Simon of DS Simon. I'm here in Key West, Florida at the Counselors Academy Conference with Dan Hartlage, who's principal at Guthrie Mays in Louisville, Kentucky. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Doug. I appreciate it.
Now, one of your areas of expertise is in the media training business, and you've been seeing some trends in terms of who organizations are selecting to be their spokespeople.
That's right. I do a lot of media training in the Southeast and around the country, and what I've seen in recent years is that organizations and companies increasingly are selecting people other than the PR person to do the media interviews and be the media spokesperson.
Do you think that's a good development for PR people?
Well, it certainly is. I mean, from the standpoint of the PR people within those organizations, they've evolved, I think, and the industry has evolved to the point where it's all about getting accurate, good, concise information to the media that's in the right perspective. And why not have someone convey the information who actually is involved in the day-to-day operations? If it's a manufacturing company, why not have somebody who is on the floor every day? Or if it's a healthcare institution of some type, why not have somebody in the medical field who's a part of that organization as opposed to the PR person?
Yeah, and it makes it more authentic, but creates more of a need for solid media training because these spokespeople tend to be less experienced in communicating.
That's right. They are subject matter experts, which does not necessarily mean they're good communicators. So from that standpoint, from the media training standpoint, there's a lot of work to be done. And to the credit to a lot of organizations and companies, they're willing to take that extra step to have their subject matter experts trained and become better communicators. And if you have a subject matter expert who is also a very good communicator, I mean, what more can a business ask for?
No, that is great. So if you had to give a couple of tips to getting a subject matter expert to become a good media communicator, and this can be media and social media, right, what would you advise?
Well, the main thing is to be prepared for the interview, to think ahead of time about the messaging that you want to take into the interview. Be prepared to answer the question. If you're a subject matter expert, if you're an expert in a particular issue or topic, whether it's manufacturing or healthcare or whatever it might be prepared to bring it down a little bit to the reader's level or to the journalist's level. But at the same time, the bottom line is go in with three key messages, some things you want to talk about that are important to the interview. Because why do an interview if you don't have some things you want to talk about?
Makes a lot of sense. And now just a quick question on counselors. Obviously, it's been a great experience. I know for me personally, I've learned a lot. How about for you? What are some of the things you're taking back to the office with you?
Well, it's like drinking from a fire hose. There's so much information, unique perspectives, new ideas, fresh ideas, different ways of thinking at every one of these Counselors Academy meetings that when I go back, it's like, where do I begin? These conferences, in a sense, are intoxicating. And I go back with a whole bunch of new ideas and new ways of thinking that my staff, they roll their eyes at me. Oh, Dan's back. What's he going to try now? But over the course of the year, you implement what you can. The bottom line is some of the best PR professionals in the country are here, and you have a couple, 2-3 days to pick their brains, exchange ideas. Sometimes it's humbling, because you realize what other firms are doing, and other times it's sort of validating. It validates what you're doing. Hey, I'm doing it okay after all. But it's very private. Very people don't take it back home and talk about it. So there's no place that I'd rather be professionally for 2-3 days. Every April, early May, as this thing is just around the corner, I can't wait for it.